Book of Heaven, Volume 23, February 2nd, 1928. How she must make up for those who have not operated in the unity of the Divine Fiat. How, for one who does not possesses it, it is a foreign language, the reason why no one has spoken about it until now. How one who does not live in the unity receives the effects from the divine will, not the life of it. Example of the sun with the earth. I was continuing my round in the Supreme Fiat, and as I arrived at Eden, I was saying to myself, "My Jesus, I make the unity of your will my own, in order to make up for that unity which my father Adam lost when he withdrew from it, and to make up for all those acts which his descendants have not done in the unity of it." But while I was saying this, I thought to myself, am I in the unity of the Divine Fiat? If I am not, how can I make up for others? So, my speaking ends up in words, but no facts, and my sweet Jesus, moving in my interior, told me,
"My daughter, when Adam sinned, there was the withdrawal of the unity of my will on both sides. Man withdrew from it, and it withdrew from him. And as my will withdrew, man lost my unity, all of its qualities, and the rights which God had given him in creating him, because he was the true deserter of the kingdom of my will, and a deserter loses all rights and the possession of his very goods. Now, just as my will withdrew from man because he was the one who withdrew first, so can it give itself again to one who, withdrawing from the human volition, enters again into its kingdom as the new conqueror of that unity of my divine fiat. More so, since between you and the divinity there has been a mutual accord, my will, in giving you the great gift of its unity, calling you to the first act of creation, and you, not only in receiving it, but in giving to it the gift of your will. So, there has been an exchange on both sides, and not with simple words, but with facts. So much so that my will is making you aware of what regards the great gift it gave you, that you may know what you possess, may enjoy its goods, and appreciating it, may impetrate it for the human family. And you, having given the gift of your will, do not want to recognize it ever again, and feel terror even just in remembering it. Now, it is right that you fulfill your duty and make up for that unity lost by man from the time when mind did its withdrawing into the celestial regions. Is my will perhaps not free to give itself again, as long as it finds again one who no longer wants to live of her human will? And besides, you must know that if my will were not present in you, you could not have comprehended its celestial language. It would have been like a foreign dialect for you, like a light without heat, like a food without substance. And it would have been difficult for you to write it on paper in order to transmit it to your brothers. All this is a sign that my will, lording over you in everything, makes itself thought in your mind, word on your lips, heartbeat in your heart. The teacher who knows that his pupil comprehends his lessons and loves to listen to him. Therefore, it was necessary to give you the gift of my divine will, so as to give you the grace necessary in order to make you know and transcribe all the most beautiful prerogatives of the kingdom of my divine fiat. And this is also the reason why no one until now has spoken at length about my will, to make others comprehend the immense seas of good which it contains, and which it wants to give and can give to creatures. At the most, they have come out with a few words, and with words almost half broken, as if they had nothing to say about my fiat, so long and extensive, which contains and embraces all eternity. Since they did not possess it as gift and as their own thing, the language to speak of the importance of it and of its infinite qualities was as though foreign to all. Since they did not know it in depth, how could they speak of a divine will which contains so much that all centuries are not enough to speak about it? Therefore, be attentive, my daughter, and while you cross its sea, take always something new, so as to make it known to the human generations.
After this, I was thinking about the unity of the Divine Fiat and was saying to myself, How could all those who have done good, so many great works, do them if they did not possess its unity? And Jesus, always benign, added,
My daughter, all the good done until now by creatures has been done by virtue of the effects of my divine will, because there is no good without it. But as for living totally and fully in its unity, none until now, only my Queen Mama. And this is why she drew the great prodigy of the incarnation of the Word. Had there been someone, the earth would have returned to the state of Eden, and then the one who would possess the unity of my will could neither have contained it, nor endured without speaking about it. It would have been as if the sun wanted to enclose itself inside a vase of crystal, without spreading its rays. Would it not instead crack the glass with its heat, so as to be free to spread its rays? To possess the unity of my fiat and not to speak about it, and not to spread its rays, the beauty of its knowledges, would have been impossible for her. Her heart would crack if she did not give it vent to manifest, in part, the fullness of its light and of its goods. So, good has been done by virtue of the effects of it. The same happens with the sun, which, by virtue of the effects which its light contains, makes the plants germinate, and makes the earth produce so much good. It seems that the earth and the effects of the sun work together to produce plants, fruits, and flowers for the creatures. But the earth does not rise into the sphere of the sun. If it did so, the sun would have so much strength as to remove the dark side of the earth, and all of its atoms of dust it would convert into light, and the earth would become sun. But since the earth does not rise, nor does the sphere of the sun descend down below, the earth remains earth, and the sun does not transform it into itself. It seems that they look at each other from afar, they help each other, and they work together by means of the effects of the light, which the sun spreads over the earth from the height of its sphere. But even though the earth receives many admirable effects, produces the most beautiful flowerings, there passes a great distance between the earth and the sun. They do not resemble each other, nor does the life of one become the life of the other. And so the earth is unable to speak about the sun, nor tell all the effects it contains, or how much heat and light it possesses. In such condition is the creature who does not possess the unity of my will. She does not rise into its extremely high sphere to become sun, nor does my divine sun descend to form her life, but in wanting to do good, she moves around its light, and my will communicates the effects to make the good that she wants to germinate, because my fiat does not deny itself to anyone. On the contrary, with its light, it wakens the human nature to make it turn green again and make it produce fruits of good works.
Thank you for being a part of our community here at Divine Will app. If you enjoy listening to Jesus's lessons on how to live in the divine will, please give this video a thumbs up. Your likes help us reach more souls yearning to live in the kingdom of the divine will. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections, so drop a comment below. Your insights not only enrich our community, but also inspire others on their spiritual journey. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By joining us, you're helping to spread the news of the kingdom of the divine will, so that together we can bring His kingdom to reign on earth as it is in heaven. In the divine will, always.